If you're an aspiring filmmaker or you're just someone who's interested in making films for a living, you may be asking yourself this question. So let me start off by saying that this is just my opinion, and consider this a discussion. I would love to continue discussion in the comments below should you have a question, because a lot of people have asked me this question. If you just stumbled upon this video and you're like, well, who's this guy? I'm not doing what he says. Let me introduce myself. My name is Matt Dennison, and I'm 23 years old, and I've been a filmmaker for 8 years and a professional filmmaker for 5 years. For the past 5 years, I've made films, freelance films, and I've made comedy videos on a fairly successful YouTube channel called IFHT. I've been making videos non-stop for the past 6 years. That's all I've been doing. I've just been making films, and it's been a lot of fun. And I think over those 6 years, I've been able to gain experience from different disciplines of the film industry. I've met a lot of great people. I have a lot of great friends and connections in the business. I have a lot of people I look up to and admire. And like I said, this question is the question that I get asked the most. So I didn't really go to film school, but I went to a film program at Langara College in Vancouver. Now, it was a small program and it was short. It was an intensive program. So it was the kind of thing where you go from Monday to Friday, sometimes Saturdays, sometimes Sundays, and you're going to school at like 9 p.m., 7 p.m. And it was really small. And I mean, it was small. So there were two divisions of this program, and there's a documentary program and there was a drama program. I was a part of the drama program, and each class had about like 6 to 8 people, maybe 10. The budget was really low at that school, so you didn't get big budgets to really do anything. We did make a grad film, which I don't think I've ever put public, which is funny. Yeah, I don't think that's ever gonna make it up on the internet. So I have friends that are from all sorts of different film programs. I know people who are from who have done programs at UBC, which are 4-year degree programs. I have friends who are from VFS, film schools in the United States, and smaller ones. And everybody has their own perspective and their own experience. And I find it interesting to see what people are doing and which direction film school ultimately led them in. So I guess we could talk about the money. Film school is expensive. The most expensive program I'm aware of is around $50,000, I believe. I'm not sure, and if you're a foreign student, it's way more expensive than that. The program I did was $8,000, but remember, it was only 4 months long. You might want to decide if you think it's useful to spend money on education, or you might want to invest in gear and learn by doing it. I think that investing in gear, at least some gear, is a great way to start building your name as you're learning. I would say you learn the most about filmmaking and how to make films and how to make movies and how to make commercials and all sorts of things. You'd learn how to edit, you'd learn how to just use the camera itself. You learn that the most by just doing it, just shooting things. Now, obviously, it depends what type of filmmaker you want to be. Filmmaker can mean a lot of things. You might want to think about where you want to go in the film industry. Maybe you want to work on movie sets like Hollywood films, and you are going to work your way up the ladder, eventually become a camera operator or a director. Maybe you want to have a YouTube channel, or maybe one day you hope to start a production company with a group of people, or maybe you just want to be a freelance filmmaker and you want to build your own brand as yourself. Now, what kind of freelance filmmaker do you want to be? Do you want to work in action sports? Do you want to do corporate videos, wedding videos? Do you want to try to make actual films and eventually make a feature film? I think you have to ask yourself that question. What kind of filmmaker do I want to be? And what education or technical knowledge do I need to become that filmmaker? There's a lot of jobs in the film industry that don't necessarily need film school education. If you want to become PA, you don't need education. Maybe you just know someone, or maybe you talk to someone, or you phone someone, or you look on the internet and you're giving coffees to people, looking over a parking lot, because that's what PAs do. It's like the bitch work. I had the opportunity to do that when I was younger, and I considered it. I actually think I made a phone call to it was a script supervisor for Supernatural, and I said that I wanted to work for them, and then, I don't know, somehow I'm here because Fortunately, I like what I do right now. So what I really liked in film school was obviously the hands-on stuff. I loved the stuff about directing and blocking and lighting, the camera work. Obviously, all of that was really fun. Now, because I was a young kid, sometimes there was classes that I didn't really like that much, and that was like the production and the licensing and all the paperwork. And I was like, I just want to work with cameras. Gimme, 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 gimme. I've been fortunate over the last 5 years to work with a lot of talented filmmakers who I admire, and their work is phenomenal. And not all of them have gone to film school. And I think one of the reasons they got so good is just because they picked up their camera and they started using it. So I guess a big portion of what I'm saying is that there's a huge benefit to just going out there, regardless of whether you're going to film school or not, and just filming and doing stuff and making stuff and being creative. As a filmmaker, you will be proud of a lot of your work, and you will look back at old work and you will be embarrassed because you'll think it's so bad. Of course, you grow and you learn as a filmmaker, and it's really important to start that early if you do want to become a filmmaker or work in the industry or something like that. I've never worked on a movie set, so I don't know anything about that world, and I don't know if you should go to film school. If you're wondering that, maybe you want to go ask someone else or like Google it or something, because I don't know. So I feel like I've only scratched the surface, and there's probably a few of you who have some questions that are unanswered, or maybe someone disagrees with me, or someone wants to join the conversation and make a point about something. I'd love to hear it. Leave it in the comments. I've never made a video like this before, so if you like this kind of personal Q&A style of video, maybe I'll answer some more questions. Maybe you want to know how I made the set. I'll teach you how to make a set. Maybe you think it's ugly and you can tell me how to make it better. I don't know. We'll learn as filmmakers.